Hey guys, I wanted to put this training together as a guide to losing weight for busy dads. Okay. Now, if you're a busy dad trying to lose weight, you're short on time, you're low on energy after a long day's work, and you're really not interested in giving up your weekend beer or the burgers, uh, okay, this video is for you. Okay. Now, first things first is you don't need to train like a bodybuilder. You don't need to eat like a rabbit, right? Nobody wants to eat salads for the rest of their lives or spend hours in the kitchen to get in shape. Uh, but you do need a simple plan that fits your life and complements it and doesn't fight against you every single step of the way. All right. And that's what I'm going to give you today. Okay. A real strategy for building strength and energy in under 3 hours a week. Okay. So let's get into it. Now, here's the truth no one really wants to talk about. Okay. Most fitness advice out on the internet today is built for people with zero responsibilities. No kids, no career, no stress, just all the time in the world. Okay, but you, me, you're juggling work, family, maybe aging parents, you're tired, and you have a host of other things that you just have to take care of all the time, right? You're not the only one you're responsible for anymore. And your body just doesn't bounce back like it used to. And that's why most programs fail. They're not built for your reality and your life. Okay. So what you need is structure, like simplicity and a system that works with your life and not against it every step of the way. Okay. Right. So most programs were designed for 20-year-old somethings with no real responsibilities. They're still kind of getting into the world. They're getting into the workforce. They don't have families yet. Right. And these programs, they assume you've got unlimited time, energy, and all the motivation in the world. Right. But you know as well as I do, when you're juggling work, kids, and everything else that comes with life, that stuff just doesn't hold up. Right. So you need a plan that respects your reality and the situation, your life, and your responsibilities, and that fits into that. Right. Okay. So here's what that looks like. Okay. It's a simple plan built around 3 hours a week. Okay. We focus on the fundamentals. You move, you eat like an adult, you train hard, but you train smart, and it's not flashy, but it's effective, right? So step one, okay, is to lock in a simple routine. Okay. Weekdays, eat the same breakfast and lunch every day. Now, what this does is it removes decision fatigue. Okay. It keeps your calories dialed in and it frees up a lot of the mental space so that you can focus on the things that are important, like your career, your relationship with your wife, your kids, and everything else that comes with the daily life of being a father, right? You're not trying to impress people on the internet with these fancy meals, right? We're really just trying to get the results. Okay. Step two is to move daily. Okay. Now, no gym needed for this, right? We know that. You don't need 15,000 steps a day. You don't have to go crazy, but you do need to be moving. Okay. The average American gets about 3,000 steps a day. That's from the house to the car to the office and the same route back. Okay. And it's not good. It's considered sedentary and it's the pathway to disease and a host of other issues. And so we want to aim for 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Okay. Now, how do we do this? Right? That's easier said than done. But I have some examples here. You can walk during your work calls, right? Thank goodness for wireless phones now, right? So you can walk around and take your calls, right? Go for a walk outside. Unless if you're in the office, then walk around the office, right? Go for walks with your kids. Go to the park on the weekends. You can uh, go for a walk after dinner. My favorite is to go for a walk after dinner with the family, right? You take 20 minutes. It improves your digestion, speeds up your metabolism. You're going to feel better. You're not going to feel so lethargic if you've eaten a heavy meal, right? And then you can also get a walking pad, a small treadmill for underneath your desk or for when you're watching TV. And so you can find all these little ways to add movement into your day, and it all adds up. It all makes a huge difference. And it doesn't need to be any more than that. You just have to make these small adjustments, right? Step 3 is to strength train 3 times a week. Okay. It's not 6, it's not 7, right? We're not fitness influencers. We're not trying to do these crazy things, right? We're doing 3 focused full body workouts, about 30 to 40 minutes each. And that's really all it takes. Okay. You'll get stronger. You'll put on lean muscle and you'll feel even better doing it, right? Now, we're not trying to do any crazy fancy exercises, right? We can build up to that, sure, but just the basics. We're going to do some pushes. We're going to do bench presses. We're going to do shoulder presses. We're going to do pulls, right? We're going to do lateral pulls. We're going to do rows, right? We're going to do squats and hinges, things that utilize our bodies in all the different fundamental ways that we need to use it, or else we're going to lose it and we're going to get old and fragile and we're going to be more likely to fall down and hurt ourselves and leave our family flipping the bill. Okay. The basics work and they work for a reason. They always have and they always will. All right. Step 4 is to eat like a grown man. Okay. Not a child, but not a monkey either. Okay. Now, I'm not here to take away your pizza or beer or life, right? But we do need to have structure within our food. Okay. So we use the 80-20 approach. 80% of your meals follow your plan, and that leaves 20% to leave room for life. That's how you stay consistent without burning out. Now, what does that look like? Well, that means maybe 6 days a week, you're following your plan to the T, right? You know exactly what you're eating and when you're eating it. And then on the weekend, when you go to your son's baseball game, or maybe there's a sports game on and you're getting together with your boys, then that leaves some room for pizza and beer, right? Or whatever your indulgence is. Okay. Now, we do need to kind of learn to have some sort of discipline within that, because that can get away from us pretty quick. So we define and build some systems within that to make sure that we're staying consistent, right? How do I know it works? Well, here's an example of a client that used this process, a busy dad like you, and dropped 25 pounds. Okay. He got stronger. He looked better. But most importantly, he started showing up more confidently at work and at home. And everybody noticed, his friends, colleagues, and family, right? He didn't just look different, but he was acting different, right? When I got on a call with him, he was shocked at how he noticed he was talking differently with people. It wasn't in a condescending way, but just he felt more sure of himself. And that's what happens when you use these simple and effective routines, right? They will change the way you live your life, because these things complement your life. They enhance your life and they fit into your lifestyle. Okay. Now, how do I know that wasn't a one-off? Well, because I followed this system too, right? This is not just a theory, right? This is a framework, and it's the framework that I used to cut from 172 pounds to 160 pounds in 45 days. And this was not using crazy cardio or some crazy diet plan that starved myself. No, this worked for me while I was raising 2 young boys that are 4 and 1. And I know that this can work for you too, because it worked for me and it's worked for my clients. And these are the results that you get when you stop chasing perfection and you start following a simple plan that really just fits your life. It's not magic. It's just science. It's math, and it's what works. Okay. So look, if you're tired of spinning your wheels, you want a plan that fits into your life and one that's realistic, sustainable, and helps deliver the results that you're looking for, then get in touch with me. Find me on Instagram at Taylor G Gene. And yeah, let's skip the guesswork. if you want to work with me directly, book a free strategy call. There's no pressure. I just want to help men get results. I went through this process when I was becoming a father, and just the drive and the motivation to be the best I could for my family, and to make sure that I was being a good role model and example for them. That's really what I want to help other fathers do. And so if that's something that you would like help with, book a call with me and we'll figure out a plan that works for you and fits into your life so that you can show up the best man possible. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk soon.